After Sacramento police arrested 84 people Monday night during a Stephon demonstration, including journalists and members of the clergy, many are now criticizing the police department, questioning if those officers overstepped their authority. Fox 40's Doug Johnson is live at Sacramento Police headquarters with more now. Doug?
Well, sincerely, just like yesterday and I believe the day before, we still have protesters out here not only upset with how the Stephon Clark case has been handled, but also upset with how they, as protesters, are being treated by this police department. Of course, we had more than 80 people arrested on Monday night, and a lot of people here say they're just fed up with it. After Sacramento police arrested and cited more than 80 people marching through East Sacramento Monday night, many legal experts say it's unlikely everyone in that group will be prosecuted.
They're not going to be able to prove that anybody did anything that's illegal that they can properly be punished for.
Professor John Sims is a constitutional law professor at McGeorge Law School. Although there are allegations some of the crowd were keying cars, Sims says the majority of people have been charged with refusing to disperse, an option to leave they may not have even had.
They're not going to prosecute people that are said to have ignored a request to disperse when it's not at all clear that people really knew that and it's not clear they had any place to go.
Meanwhile, the city's Office of Public Safety Accountability says it has gotten several complaints from members of the public about Monday night's mass arrests, and it will conduct its own investigation into the incident.
The review will be done as expeditiously as possible, making sure that we can inform the community without compromising the integrity of the review itself.
That office's director, Francine Tornor, says the police department is cooperating and they are looking for input from the community.
We welcome anyone to come forward who feel like they have something to share, and it's not necessarily those who are a part of the protest. It could have been people who were watching live feeds or just some of the neighbors who saw things.
Was it a good course of action to take at that time to minimize the likelihood of things getting further out of control? Again, we don't know the answer to that question, but there are certainly those occasions where activity that might be ignored or there'd be a tendency to look the other way take on greater degree of import based upon the totality of the circumstances.
Meanwhile, former Sacramento County Sheriff John McGinnis says officers may have made the call to make mass arrests in order to avoid greater public risk.
Property damage in general will occur. Injury to personnel, to people protesting who have a right to do it, and it's the duty of the police to protect that right. But when it comes to the point that the law is being violated, there's also a duty to interfere.
And back out here live, obviously a much smaller crowd than there was yesterday, but still a lot of people say they do plan to be out here for the rest of the week, demonstrating their rights to criticize the police department, and they say they have a lot of criticisms against them tonight. Reporting live in South Sacramento tonight, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Thank you so much, Doug.